Steve, well done. What a victory. Quite simply, your reaction to such an eventful victory.
Great game. Ding dong, wasn't it? Both sides. You know, they're a good side. They're a really good side. And we mustn't overlook that. It's a great win for us. But we mustn't overlook they're a good team. They are a good team.
Great start. You're making a habit of scoring early in games, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, you know, whilst that's a pleasure, you know, it's good to get a late goal against... They're the kings of late goals. You know, they're something like 5th in the table. But if you was to take from 85 minutes on, they'd be 18th in the table. So for us to do that to them and put it on them a little bit late on in the game was good. We talked about it. If we'd got our noses in front, what we were going to do, how we were going to shape, you know, the what-ifs scenario. So yeah, delighted with how the boys were today.
Yeah, what about the way your team responded to being 2-1 down with, what, little over 10, 11 minutes to go? Yeah,
fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. They've got a great spirit. We've talked about that until the cows come home. It was there today for all to see. And that's when you do want to see it. You know, it's all well and good them being happy with each other when they're all together and in the canteen and on the training ground. It's here where it counts, when you're actually in the arena. That's when it really counts. And, you know, I don't think anyone has ever questioned them, but if anyone ever did, I think there's the answer today. And I don't think they have, by the way. So I'm not accusing anyone of anything.
You're getting back to 2-2 and you keep going, and you had some few chances later before the winning goal arrived.
Yeah, we wanted to win today. You know, it's not saying we don't want to win whenever any other games, but we wanted to win today. And, you know, thankfully we have. Got a little bit rocky when Carl Winchester, he wasn't right today. You know, he had problems breathing in the second half. You know, I think he's okay. I think it's just a heavy cold or flu, whatever he's got. You know, he wasn't too clever going into the game. And then we didn't know how long we could burn him in the second half. And then all of a sudden, you know, there's big changes again, you know, because we haven't got another midfield player that we can drop in there. We can arguably drop, you know, there was a discussion whether we were going to drop Tom Bayliss in, but then Tom does well in a 10 for us, and that would have disrupted us a bit. So it was the least disruption that we wanted, really. And it was probably Tails going into the middle of the park where he'd been before, and Ricky coming on at right wing back where he'd been before. So, you know, we're very, very lucky with the players that we've got at this football club. We're really, really lucky with them. You know, sometimes we don't win, but as I've said before, trying to win is everything, and they always try to win. And I just think they're a credit to the football club. They really, really are. And, you know, they keep going, and whether they're in position, out of position, or what people would be perceived to be in position and out of position, it doesn't matter. You know, they're all in, and they're great lads. And that was a big win for us today, a big win.
And he got it in the end with a stoppage time goal from Che Dunkley. He's done that before, hasn't he, this season, popping up to great effect.
I don't know how he jumped that high and then managed to head it down. It was just immense. That header was immense at the end. Immense, you know. And it's not a surprise that comes from him. You know, he's a huge guy, huge character. You know, his heart is massive. He gives his all to the team every single week. But that's probably enough superlatives about him. Absolutely delighted for the strikers today. You know, for them two to score a goal today, and how they've been, you know, for weeks now, how they've been, and not really had the rewards of their own goal. So I'm really pleased for them as well. I'm pleased for all the lads, but, you know, we're talking about the 3 goal scorers there, so... Yeah, incredible win today against a really good team. I've definitely got to make sure I underline that. I like Bolton. I like him as a football club. I liked him ever from when Sam Allardyce was there, and he used to upset all the odds. And you know, and I think Ian's doing a really good job with them now. You know, I know their budget's probably 3 times ours, but it doesn't matter. You've still got to use that budget wisely, and I think he's doing a good job there.
Yeah. You mentioned the 2 strikers. Delighted to see them back on the score sheet, because they do always work so hard, and they were 2 quality finishes, weren't they, as well, from Rob Street and Christian.
Yeah, do you know, it's funny, I fancied them today. I actually said in the dressing room before the game I fancied the pair of them to score today. You know, I don't only basing that on what what they've been like this week. But I just fancied them today. And I mean, I think Rob needed it more than Christian. But I thought Christian today, I thought his performance was, I thought he was incredible today, you know. I think Shea Dunkley, the header for the goal, was immense. But I think Christian Sadie's performance today was absolutely top draw. I think that's Christian Sadie's best game for us today.
3 Saturdays here, 3 wins now.
Play
Peter Lincoln. That would be useful, wouldn't it? But, you know, how it's going generally. You know, you're on this winning. You've got this winning habit now, this winning mentality.
You keep talking about it as well, and you keep telling everybody, and then we might get more fans in here, and we might have a bigger budget, and who knows where that can lead us. Yeah, I mean, there's just a good feel-good around the place at the moment, you know, and we've just got to make sure that we keep a lid on that ourselves and be realistic with everything. But you know, this game without the supporters is nothing anyway. You know, even in recent times, well, you guys experienced it. I didn't because I wasn't here. But you know, through COVID and lockdown, and I suppose I experienced it for a month, and then I decided to pop on holiday for 6 months and not be here. But you know, the game's nothing without the supporters, is it? You know, I mean, they sold out their end today. Bolton, incredible. You know, incredible following that they had away from home, and our guys know then around the stadium they have to be up for it in all 4 corners of our stadium today, if you know what I mean, because otherwise the away team will come with that sort of following and drown us out, and that didn't happen. And thankfully we've given our guys, you know, some good possession tempo at the end of the game to almost then suck that winner in.
Great result, well done. Thanks
Thank you very much. Thank you.